My name is Erica.
And I'm Angie.
I am a millennial.
And I am a Gen Z.
We kind of wanted to start this podcast as a way to bond a little, I guess.
Oh, really? What?
Well, yeah, we don't really have much time to talk or hang out, and I figured we can use this podcast as a way to get to know a little more about each other. Mostly you telling me interesting stories. I realized last time we went on a little road trip that you have a lot of knowledge on anything spooky, paranormal, creepypastas, murders, and mysteries. I, on the other hand, do not. I realize I have been living under a rock. I am kind of interested in seeing what you know on these interesting topics.
Yeah, I think I do remember this road trip. We were going to visit a family member, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember, actually. No, but yeah, due to me growing up with the lack of supervision on the internet, I did end up looking at some pretty weird things, and I did end up learning some weird things. So yeah, I'd be happy to tell you about what I saw and what I've learned.
Yeah, when you were younger and you were on your phone all the time, I was in school, college, trying to finish and to get my career, and I realized that then I kind of neglected that. I neglected my me free time. I just all I wanted was to just finish school and just be done with it. So I didn't really I didn't really have time to surf the web or anything like that. And I was also working a part-time job too. So I felt like I kind of in a way didn't really get exposed to a lot of the different creepypastas or different
Urban legends.
Urban legends, yeah. So and I'm really interested in hearing about them. Sometimes even now when I'm on TikTok, I see some urban legend or whatever or creepypasta, and I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. And then I tell you about it, and you're all like, oh, I've already heard about that, or that's been going on since I was little.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm barely realizing that now that I'm all old and that is cool. So yeah,
yeah.
I guess we can start off with the first topic that you chose for me. Your first little story you decided to tell me.
Okay.
I'm really interested in hearing and what you know, and then also, I might have heard a little something about it. So you just never know with TikTok going on and stuff. And I do TikTok a little bit, but. Well, I TikTok a lot of bit, but
actually a lot.
With the work, I don't know. Sometimes it's just.
But you
too stressed or can't or so. We can start.
All right. So since we love dogs, we love them so much. We have about more than 5 dogs. I lost count at this point.
Yeah, we do have quite a bit of dogs.
Yeah, we are going to listen to a creepypasta called Smile Dog, and I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but when I was younger, it was written way before when I started using the internet, but still it was still at its peak. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever heard of Smile Dog before, not even as I've gone through TikTok and stuff. I don't think I'm on that side of TikTok just yet.
When did you learn about the term creepypasta? Because it wasn't that long ago, I remember.
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe about a year ago or so, but even still, I didn't really dive too into it.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't ever have time, So yeah, no, so I don't know that much, and I haven't heard it, so I'm interested in hearing. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'll get into it then. So yes, of course, the story is called Smile Dog, and it originated on, I believe, a website called the Creepypasta Wiki. And so basically the story, it all takes place in the year 2007 in Chicago, Illinois. It's about an amateur writer who was writing for a college assignment. And for this assignment, he had reached out to a couple that he had seen somewhere on the internet, I'm pretty sure. But he reached out to this couple to do an interview, and the husband contacted the writer back. And he said that, yeah, his wife had a story for the writer to tell so he could use for his assignment. And before coming to the house of the couple, the writer was informed that the wife initially agreed to the interview, once he had arrived, the woman like barricaded herself in their shared bedroom, and just like locked herself in there, was crying and ranting about these nightmares and visions she had been having, and so on. So the writer, in the story, his name is not really mentioned, but they call him Mr. L. Mr. L, he came to do the interview, and like now he was camped outside the bedroom door with the husband, who is named Terrence, by the way. Him and Terrence were outside, and Terrence tried to console his wife as they tried to like milk out any information that they could from the woman. So yeah, he was just there sitting on the opposite side, writing down anything he could. Yes.
Sorry. You must have said this before, but I totally blanked. Was based. Why was he gonna go interview the woman again, for a book or something? Or
it's not a book. It's like a college assignment. Since he's not like a news reporter, he's an amateur writer, but he's taking like a course in college.
Oh, okay.
It didn't really specify from what I remember, because I wrote this down on my phone, you guys, and I wrote it down from memory from when I was younger.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got a good memory because you remember all that. So, sorry, keep going.
No, you're fine. So, basically, yeah, he was outside trying to, like, get as much information as he could while the husband, Terrence, calmed his wife down. And, like, after the exercise had ceased, Terrence apologized profusely, and the college student just reminded him, he was like, oh, yeah, like, don't worry about it. I'm just, like, an amateur writer for college. This is just, like, an assignment. I'm not, like, a news reporter.
It's not like he needed it for a grade or anything like that.
Anyways, so the student left out afterwards, trying to like piece together all the information he could have into like something that maybe is like worth like writing about. But yeah, so then like the story quickly dives into like, okay, so the wife's name is Mary. I forgot to mention that, but Mary's first encountered a tape called Smile.jpg in 1992 while working as a sysop in a bulletin board system, and by that time Mary and Terrence have been married for like 5 months. Mary was one out of the 400 people that fell victim to watching or have been witnessing the tapes that have been going around, and the tape was basically shared as like a hyperlink, because back then like there's like no text messages and anything, but there was the internet, but it was shared as a hyperlink on the BBS, or like the bulletin board system, and but she was the only one who spoke openly about it, while the rest have either stayed anonymous or perhaps have even died.
Oh, okay.
When the writer was in high school, this is how he contacted Mary, basically, because he remembered when he was in high school, Smile Dog was brought up a few times, but it wasn't that popular to have the intention or like the belief to be like an actual thing. So it was just like a cyber legend.
Oh, it wasn't seen like as like anything huge. It was just like
a little story,
talk and stuff, and it wasn't seen. Okay.
Yeah, but like Smile.jpg or Smile Dog has been rumored to have been around since the mid to late 90s, first appearing as an attachment on a chain email with the subject line being "Smile, God loves you," and again in 2002 when a hacker flooded forums and websites with an abundance of Smile Dog pictures, rendering almost half of the forum users epileptic.
Okay.
Sorry. So every victim that has witnessed the image has described it to be a dog-like creature, the breed appearing to be a Siberian Husky. The muzzle of the dog was split in a wide human-like grin with 2 rows of very white human teeth that were also sharp and straight.
like the pedigree.
Yeah, like
the dentist.
Yeah, like
logo?
just like but like a husky.
But I'm pretty sure like vicious or like scary, a little creepy to it.
I'm sick, so. But yeah, and like it was like more gory, you know.
Yeah.
Like bloody smile, yeah. But anyways, the image appears to be it was like taken by someone using a camera, since the photo is illuminated by a flash of like a camera, you know, like when you take a photo with the flash on, it's like bright.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see the flash on it.
Yeah. In a dim room with the only visible background detail being a human hand reaching upwards from the back. Like next, like the left on the dog. I know. So victims claim to have this picture play repeatedly and endlessly in their head, and they also suffer from epileptic fits, and are having very vivid and disturbing nightmares when they sleep at night after witnessing all of this. So back to the writer. After he left the couple's residence, he sent out like feelers or like flyers to several websites that like mainly talk about like folklore or urban legends and stuff like that, and like in hopes of like finding more victims to help him write this paper, because what Mary gave him wasn't enough from what he realized.
Oh, okay.
So for a time being, nothing popped up, which led him to like forget about this assignment. And like since like it was like his freshman year of college, he was busy with other assignments. So I'm guessing it wasn't that important then.
So the deadline, he didn't care about the deadline then, probably.
I guess not. He just forgot about it.
He's like, forget this.
But remember, this all took place, or this happened. He went to interview the couple basically in 2007, and now soon, in the beginning of 2008, Mary had contacted him again through an email, explaining that she was very sorry for the way that she acted on that day that he had come to visit, and began to describe the nightmares.
Through email?
Through email, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. So before we continue with the story, can I get some of your input? Like, what do you think about the story so far?
So far? Well, I mean, I'm not quite sure actually. But it seems like... Let me try to like retell you or reiterate what I've been told.
Alright, yeah.
So basically, a few select peoples have fallen, or like people victim? have fallen victim to kind of like this. It's like picture of this rabid dog with human teeth, right? And it looks like in that picture, it looks like there was some sort of victim because there was a hand reaching out for help, I guess. Yeah. And that picture just comes up, and when people see it, then they kind of have like epileptic episode, and they just keep seeing that in their minds, in their heads. Yeah, so the image is kind of like cursed. Some say. So it's a cursed image. Okay, and this was early or late 90s, that's when like 2000s, right? So that's when like the internet was barely coming out. The image is said to like first emerge the mid to late 90s with the hyperlink to like a chain email. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I remember those like sometimes like they even come up now, like in Facebook, they'd be like, oh, like you get bad luck if you don't send this over, or somebody, or this girl's gonna like hide underneath your bed and kill you. Is that what a hyper at night? Is that what a chain mail means? Yeah, right. It's a chain mail. So I don't know. I'm not old. So then it says, edgy. I'm sorry. That is offensive. Okay. How dare you? Okay, I'm not that. I feel like I'm not that old. No, but anyways, I guess to you I'm old. But yeah, that's a chain email. So they would say, send this to 20 people, you know, and if you don't, then this girl's gonna come out and get you. Oh, I would see those, and honestly, would you believe them? Honestly, I didn't have that many friends to begin with. You'd be like, oh, anyways, either way. So I'd be like, you know what? It's just good. Like, it's just gonna happen. If it happens, it happens. And obviously, you know, like the girl in the pictures that would come up, she was either like a girl, like kind of like a grudge, yeah, kind of like twisted in a weird way. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. Or you know, and I mean, I wouldn't have enough friends to be sending it out like that in the first place, because you know I wasn't really like that into it. Mm-hmm. I was mostly just on for videos. Okay. And even still, like, obviously not like the really cool videos, because I haven't So so I mean, yeah, you know, so that's what a chain email is. So like, you send it to 20 other people, those 20 other people send it to like a 20 chain. Other people. So it's kind of where the chain comes from. You send it to 20 people, and then it keeps going to different groups, you know? Honestly, I thought the chain email was like, you know, like when you email someone and then like they reply under that email and then you reply under that email. That's what I thought a chain email was. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Okay, I'm sorry. Unless that's a chain email, and I thought I have no idea. What I thought of a chain email is probably not that. It's yours, because like it was like in the mid to late 90s, and from what I know, from my own knowledge now, I know that it was also pretty common to do emailing back in like the early 2000s as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, but I mean that's what I got up so far. It's the cursed image. People see it through this haunted hyperlink, and then it kind of just torments those people in a way.
Kind of, yeah. Like it just, yeah, basically torments them.
It kind of torments them.
It just like appears in their daily life, even in their sleep. They can't even rest.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's what happened to that girl. What was her name again? Mary. Yeah.
Yeah.
It came upon her dream, and the guy wasn't able to interview her because of that. Because
basically, like, she went to, like, a state of shock, and she just panicked because, well, I'm not gonna...
Or, like, a mental breakdown, kind of?
Kind of, it's because, well, I'll just explain it in the story, but, like, yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts? Or, like, no?
No. That's what I got so far. Okay. Yeah, if you want to continue your story, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so I'll just continue. Yeah. So basically, she was explaining her nightmares in that email that she sent to him. So in her nightmare, she couldn't move, and she wasn't able to like speak either. And the only thing she could do was just like look straight ahead in the nightmare.
Oh, it was a nightmare. Sorry, yeah. I was gonna say, it's kind of like a sleep paralysis. Yeah.
No, it's. Kind of.
Well, she was dreaming. Really.
She was dreaming.
Okay. Yeah. Right, so it's her nightmare paralysis.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So the scenery is kind of like in the photo. All she sees is like a dimly lit room, and Smile Dog is there. The creature from the photo is right there, and the hand in the background. But that's all she explains it like as a hand in the background. But
does she see the body too or no? Does
it just says the hand in the background.
Oh, okay. So basically just what she saw in the picture.
Yeah, so basically she had claimed that the dog thing, quotation marks, would talk to her. And because it didn't really have a gender, it's just a creature basically. Okay. It would say like, I promise to leave you alone if you like do me this favor and spread the word. And spreading the word is kind of like sharing his existence, either from a link or with a floppy disk, because floppy disks were
a thing back then.
Yeah, I don't even know what a floppy disk is.
I remember playing with one when I was little.
You can play with it?
Yeah, it's literally just like this like square thing, right? On the inside, like in the middle of that square, was like this like aluminum circle. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I don't even know if that had any use to it. All I know is that up on top was this like flap with like that was covered with aluminum, and when you would slide the flap over to like the right, I think it would expose kind of like this like black film in a way. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where all the data was being saved.
So it's kind of like a flash drive?
Like yeah, it was like a flash drive back in the day. I remember the ones we used, or the ones that I had. Well, mm-hmm. I was a kid, and we had this old computer that we just used to play with, and we didn't even use it, right? I would literally just like be flipping that like like metal piece like back and forth, just like sliding it over, touching that film. Like I was messing it all up. Like I'm pretty sure if somebody knew what I had, they would probably like, if somebody that was knowledgeable in that or actually needed that, they would probably like snatch that from my hands, because I was a little kid. I was just playing with it. I didn't.
Well, was it like rare back then?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember. I was little back then.
You're like you were.
I was like in elementary school, so honestly in that phase, I was just like play. I don't want to clean up. Play. Someone play with me. That's basically it. Like
normal things, kid things.
Normal kid things. I think,
I've seen a floppy disk, but like just like an image, and it's like they're kind of like fat, and like not fat, but like big.
Yeah, I think
they
might have been like different colors too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and
we had like a black one, and we might have had like a blue one or something. I don't know. I don't know if that meant like there were different like memory storage.
Probably.
Because now you know how like
I think they came in different sizes too.
Oh, did they? Oh, they might have been. Yeah. I don't know. I remember ours were kind of big. Like they were like this big. Yeah, and then that
was it like a square rectangle?
Yeah, it was a square. It was square. Oh, okay. That's why it was. I don't know why they would call it floppy disk when it was a square.
Flop it.
But it was actually kind of hard too. It wasn't even floppy.
Okay, I get what.
So maybe they meant floppy disk like inside like the film that.
Where would you put a floppy disk?
It was a computer. Yeah, they had like a slot to put them in there.
It's kind of like where you put the DVD in a computer.
Kind of, but no.
Oh.
But kind of. I'm pretty sure they had their own. Either that or they had like the special, like other attachment that you would do. I'm not sure.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a really long time ago.
That was a long time ago, like 20 years, 20 plus years.
20? Oh my god. Okay. Well.
Oh yeah, it was because it was I think early 2000s when we had one.
That was like.
And even then, I feel like one of my dad's friends was the one who gave it to us. Like we had, like we did, yeah. Other than that, is my dad's friend that gave it to us, and it was an old one, and it was used. And I remember it had, I think that one didn't have Tony Hawk, skating legend on it. I remember we had one.
I don't remember.
Or it could have been that one.
I was like barely born.
You were still little in your diapers.
I was younger. Yeah.
Okay.
I was a child, baby.
A child.
Okay. But yeah, but anyways, back to the story. So yeah, what it meant by spread the word was just spread it around to other people. And so yeah, after a week from dreaming that, she received like a mail, like those big envelopes, those manila envelopes, like the yellow ones.
Yeah.
With it was mailed to her house with no return address, and inside was a floppy disk.
Okay.
So she of course weighed the pros and cons. She was like, if I share it, then it will leave me alone. But if she shared it, other people would be affected by this and would have to go through the same thing that she's going.
Oh yeah, so I guess it's either if she wants to be selfish. In a way, kind of not. Not selfish, as in more like if she kind of just wants it to end from suffering for herself, but then she'll kind of have to take other people, kind of like sinking the ship but saving herself.
Yeah,
in a way. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, and so yeah, so she chose not to share it, of course. So yeah, the disc, she just put it back in the envelope and just hid it away. And 15 years later, she did nothing about it and just kept it hidden. And that's where it led her to that interview where she just panicked and shut down. But yeah, so after a month of that email being sent to Mr. L, or the amateur writer, he was sent another email by Terrence, this time the husband.
Mm-hmm.
And he was informed that Mary had killed herself, actually.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Terrence, he knew everything about the story because they were just freshly married when she fell victim to it. And so yeah, that's why he knew everything about it. He's the one that contacted Mr. L for his wife and just stuff like that. So he already knew. So he was just talking about, in the email, he was talking about how he found the disc while cleaning out his wife's items.
Mm-hmm.
After the funeral. And he found the tape, but he didn't watch it or just put it in to just watch it, because I don't know how floppy disks works. I don't know, but he just didn't see it, right? He didn't see it. So instead he burned the tape and revealed, while burning the tape, the object let out an animalistic hiss at him while it melted.
Oh wow. Okay.
I know. So he was disturbed by that, and of course he was scared. So yeah, after that, Mr. L, or the student, he didn't really know how to respond. He was kind of oh, is this some weird joke or sick prank? So he did a Google search. He found out that Mary did indeed die. She did commit suicide.
Okay. Yeah.
And obviously it was because of Smile Dog, the image.
She just
couldn't take it anymore.
Was driving her mad too. I was actually gonna ask you, I was pretty interested to know, would you have, if you were in her place, would you have spread that floppy disk out to other people just so that your suffering could stop?
Well, I have two answers, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So in the back of my head, I'm no, I can't do that. People, some people don't deserve that, but at the same time, there are certain people who I think deserve to see it. I think they absolutely 100% deserve to see it.
Well, I mean, I do know there's some people, groups
But how would I reach them?
are not, yeah. So it would have probably reached the other people, the
Yeah.
group of people that probably don't deserve it.
Because, like, I don't talk to those people that I absolutely hate.
Yeah, true. And
Yeah.
and then again, too, if she were to have released it in a chain email, like we were talking about,
Or,
or
like,
a
just,
chain
like,
mail, or whatever, it
send
would
the
have been
floppy disk
toward the
out.
people that she knew. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if I could have done it or not. If I was really up to that point where it was driving me mad, probably could have. But then after, I would have probably felt really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like the repercussions are already there because it's already too late. It's already out. And then once you release something, it's kind of hard to get it back.
Yeah.
So especially when it's out of like in the internet now, like nowadays, it's really hard to get anything back out on the internet. You know, people are always out there. Even some people, like sometimes in TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you see that, oh, this image was deleted, oh, this video was deleted. But then people come up and they're all like, you know, stitching it, saying, I saved it before.
Yeah.
Or, you know, here it is.
Screenshots.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like, oh, then the way they also say too, like, oh, save your receipts because you never know.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody nowadays is always kind of like saving everything too. So it's like, because you don't want to see it once and then lose it, especially if you like that content. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty hard. That was hard. I mean, that's brave of her to not have done that.
It's still pretty sad. She did end up killing herself
pretty
over
sad.
that.
Yeah. That she just couldn't handle it. It just took her. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty sad in that case. It's interesting.
I mean, one thing I did forget to mention is the people that suffered from the epileptic like episodes and the nightmares. They were able to like, they would take medicine, and like it would help, but only like to a certain extent. Like after like taking the medicine for a while, it would just stop working because their body got used to it.
Oh, like their body probably built up tolerance to it.
Yeah.
To the medication. Okay.
Yeah. So like it just worked for a little while and then it just went back. So people who have died because of witnessing this image have either died from their own hands or due to like the epileptic seizures. Well, from what I've seen or read, I don't think they've died due to like Smile Dog physically attacking them in their sleep or something.
Okay.
So it's just like an image.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of like driving them mad in a way.
I think it's like a big thing of hysteria.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess yeah. If you see something terrifying repeatedly, kind of does something to your mental well-being.
Yeah.
This is a creepypasta, right? Sorry.
Yeah, it's fake. It's not real, but like.
So I was like,
Yeah, I got no. Don't worry about it.
I was like, whoa, this really happened. Oh,
no, it sounds realistic, huh?
Kind of does, yeah.
That's what I think is. I mean, there is like an image that somebody cropped to make it appear like if it was a Smile Dog.
Yeah.
And you can find it, of course, but like nothing happens, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But like the video is, I mean, not the video, the picture is pretty unsettling because I've seen it.
Is it really?
It's actually like, do you want to see it?
I think that's something I'll have to see after.
Okay, yeah, okay.
After, yeah, I'll probably have to do my own research, but I don't think I've ever heard of this one, Angie. This is really, yeah, I have not heard of this one, and now I'm glad I've gotten a chance to hear it because I had no idea. And how long? And how long has this been out? Like since you were little, like.
Yeah, like the early 2000s. Like,
oh my god,
okay,
that's like what, like. It's already 23. That's already like
it's been over 10 years.
Probably over, probably over for sure 10 years. Wow. See, I haven't even heard the story in 10 years.
Before you say that, there is a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so before
I thought we were done. Okay.
No, just a little bit more. So, a year after getting the message from Terrence that his wife had died, he got another email, but this time it stated that someone like. It was from a random person, and it was someone who had seen like his flyer. Because remember when I mentioned that he put out like flyers for like victims supposedly to like help him with the writing for his essay.
Research purposes.
Yeah, research purposes. So this person saying like, hey, I found your email in this website, and basically he or like the person that emailed him a link. It was a hyperlink. and the words at the bottom of the email, like any of the email, was spread the word. So at this point, the student didn't click on it or anything.
Oh, he was smart. He didn't click on it.
Yeah,
he
but
kinda,
he knew what it was.
He kind of felt it. He knew. Okay.
He knew what it was, but like he kind of like fell into like his like own like little like spiral, because he was like, if I make like an article about this and post the hyperlink, it can get like a lot of like traction, and I could be like big and famous, and I can get like a, I don't know, I can just become like big.
Oh, so he thought about like posting everything.
So basically that's how it ends. It's just like him spiraling into his own insanity, because he doesn't know if he like should post it, because he's like thinking selfishly. He's like, if I post it, it'll get like a lot of like traction.
Oh, okay, like he'll get a lot of like publicity, kind
Yeah.
of like positive publicity for himself.
Yeah, so it's
to build his career, I guess.
Yeah,
in a way,
so
right?
like, you know, he knew like it's like bad. It like literally causes people to die and suffer.
Oh.
So it basically like ends there.
So it was like an internal like conflict.
Internal battle, yeah.
Internal battle, like the devil on one side and the angel on the other side of your shoulder, kind
basically
of talking to him,
and it was
saying,
like
"Don't do
driving
it."
him slowly crazy because he doesn't know what to do.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's the end of Smile Dog.
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, that was an interesting story, and I am glad that's not real.
I'm glad too. Honestly,
you can imagine me being being me. I'd probably be on like TikTok and then see like, I'm on like the dog side of TikTok.
Oh, me too.
So I see all these like puppy videos or all these dog videos, and I'm just like, oh, it's so adorable.
You know how,
heart, you know. And if I would probably see something like that come up, I'd be like, what the heck?
You would be confused.
I'd be so confused. I'd be like, what is this? And then
it'd be like one of those videos where like it tricks you, like it's like a cute puppy in the beginning, then like it like flashes the picture for like a brief, like few seconds, and then it goes back to the video or something.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, also knowing me, I'd probably be so spaced out that I'd probably just like blink or miss the whole video.
Understandable.
Yeah. Or miss the whole like flash of the picture. So I don't know. I have to be on there for a while for me to sometimes.
No, but
look at it. 'Cause sometimes I just space out, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. Sometimes I just have those moments.
Just like mindlessly scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, but yeah, I heard of this story when I was around like 10 years old. And
what? Okay.
I was like traumatized, dude. I remember seeing the story. I remember seeing the photos because like I was curious, even though I was still scared because I was like, "Is it real?" Typing it, and because of that, I saw the photos and I was like, "I'm gonna die now!" Like just like preparing myself for death.
10-year-old Angie laying on her bed.
Look at me, like a few years, almost 10 years later.
Oh my gosh.
I'm alive.
10-year-old. It didn't get you, huh?
No, I'm still alive. I'm here.
10-year-old Angie in her bed, and then me in the next bed over, studying, not even knowing what her little internal conflict was. Like,
I know, literally crying under the sheets while you're listening to music.
Probably trying to finish my homework or trying to study for a test. Wow, Angie. That's insane.
I suffered a lot.
Yeah, that hard childhood, Angie.
I did.
Yeah.
Very hard. But no, like, yeah. But no, because of this, that led me to like become even more curious, and I ended up learning like more stories and stuff like that. But I'll like tell you more stories later on for other episodes.
Yes, please.
I
would really love to hear more of this. This is really interesting. I really enjoyed it, and I hope a lot of people listening into this also enjoyed it or
like learn something new, maybe.
Learn something new, just like me, or they've already heard it,
and just like to rehear stories
and like to re-listen. Sometimes I like doing that as well.
Yeah, me too. I like I like retelling stories sometimes.
Yeah, especially I like listening to the stories repeatedly, especially when I'm really interested in a certain topic,
or like when you haven't heard of it and it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Awesome. Right. Yeah. So I mean, just go ahead. For those of you listeners out there, we do have an Instagram page.
It's just our podcast name with no space or like
Festered Thoughts.
Yeah, we did post went posts.
Yeah. So by the time you guys see this, hopefully we have a few more posts out. So yeah, that's it for today. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.